Whenever I say my PENDREAM TV there, I see them yopo.
At you for a higher PENDREAM TV in Patchos and your first time I subscribe to channel no found sabo I don't manage to set a the video be a tour. Ube first person I website. Usha video new send a voice note to mine. I was 0277128777 0277128777 Ebebo Achregana phone na. At you for yanko share and a video number.
This country, I think one of the biggest problems we have is that you elect somebody. It's a process of engaging the person. It's like employing the person. Once the person gets elected, he becomes your Lord and you have to worship him.
And Savior.
You appoint somebody to a public office. Immediately they become gods. We have to bow to them and worship them and so on. That's a big problem.
They talk at you.
And they have no respect for us. Randy, I was listening to an official of the Electoral Commission official, who is able to make a public statement to the effect that voting is not compulsory if you don't want to go.
That's Dr. Bossman on TV3.
He said so?
Yeah. Voting is not compulsory.
Dr. Bossman on TV3.
If you don't want to go, it's your vote is your own headache.
Oh no.
I mean, incredible.
Oh no.
Randy, read the Constitution. The EC has a responsibility to work in such a manner that as many people as is possible will register to vote. That is one of the mandates of the EC.
You see, that's where people raise a lot of issues by intellectuals and all that.
Yeah.
I have a right, a constitutional right, to be registered as a voter.
Yeah.
I have a constitutional right to vote in an election.
Yeah.
Yes, it is true that in Ghana elections are not compulsory, like in some jurisdictions.
Yeah.
But you, the Electoral Commission, your mandate is to ensure that that right I have,
I can exercise
it. So whether I decide that I will vote in an election or not, what has that got to do with your mandate to ensure that the right that I have in the Constitution to be registered as a voter and to vote if I so wish is done?
And this is just a quick question before you come in.
Unbelievable.
I agree with you.
Unbelievable.
Honorable Paul Essien, my former colleague for Jomoro, this is what they had sent to us. He said in Jomoro, we have to travel 60 kilometers, 80 kilometers, 100 kilometers, and sometimes 120 kilometers to the district capital. And out of the 34 electoral areas, only 4 are close. So you want to deny all these people?
You know up north well. Yesterday somebody sent me about Bole and Bamboy.
Yes, so vast.
The difference, that is over 100
so vast.
Just Bole and Bamboy. And
so vast.
For those of us many of us who don't travel up north, you
so
always
vast.
heard Bole Bamboy, Bole Bamboy.
So
it
vast.
sounds like his name and Mamobi.
It will take about 1 hour and a half from Bamboy.
You see, and in all of this, as we speak, look, moral society is quiet. Moral society is quiet. Leadership in this society, they are quiet. They are quiet.
So you see, when you have a situation where a member of the Electoral Commission can publicly look us in the face and tell us that voting is not compulsory, if you don't want to register, it's up to you. If you have this situation, what can you expect? You know, when elections are being organized and so on. This is the attitude. Shocking. But this is the attitude. So shocking. Look, I've read the newspapers like all of you this morning. And we are being told that in some places the exercise started afternoon. You understand, when it was supposed to start at 7. That's a problem. We are being told that in some places the officers of the EC did not have the means to verify whether those who are registering now are already on the register. That's a problem. The National Democratic Congress and 4 other political parties, including Convention People's Party, LPG, and so on, PNC, go to court. And they ask for an injunction against the process. My brother, Me? My brother?
Yes.
Me?
Yeah.
Up to today, the matter has not been heard. And the exercise has started. Okay, can you believe it? This morning I was having a conversation with a friend, and he was telling me about the issue of whether Joe Osei-Owusu can vote in parliament or not. How it went to court. And within 24 hours there was a determination.
Yes.
Compare that to this one. Compare that to this one. So what impression are we ordinary people in the public supposed to form?
I mean, in which jurisdiction? You see, unless sometimes let us be a bit dispassionate about these issues. In which dispensation, in which jurisdiction, where we speak about democracy and rule of law and everything, will an interested party in a matter go to court on a Thursday to seek injunction on an exercise that will commence the next Tuesday? Mind you, Thursday and Friday, the only working days. Saturday, Sunday are not working days. So you have the Thursday, they are filing, the Friday, Monday as the working day. Tuesday, the exercise has been advertised to start. And then they file this, and this is not an ordinary Kwame Asante or Kofi Kwoti walking the streets of Accra. But these are known political parties. And they go and file this injunction, and they are informed that the Chief Justice is absent, so they cannot be given a return date.
But if he's absent,
that's the point. That's the point that I'm driving at. That's the point I'm driving at. That how can you be speaking about justice delivery and be saying that the absence
of the Chief
Justice means that a person who's come for
justice
cannot be heard because there's the absence of the head of the judiciary, so they cannot have a return date. And this return date, so they don't get it on Thursday, they don't get it on Friday. And then Friday, later in the day, they are getting text messages from a registrar that I've now been asked to give you a date in October 17th.
Oh, why?
You get what I'm saying? Why? Some of these things feed into those things that we want to describe as conspiracy theories. But any reasonable person who sits back and analyzes this, what are the conclusions that you want the person to? I've gone to court for justice. You are telling me that the absence of the Chief Justice, so you can't give me a return date. How?
But why should giving of dates for cases be handled by the Chief Justice? This is administrative procedure. And can't any other person apart from the Chief Justice to handle this procedure?
In this case, in this country, we have instances where one Supreme Court judge has sat on a matter. One. You understand? There are some things that I can't understand. Maybe it's because I'm not a lawyer. You understand? Maybe it's because I didn't go to Makola. But you see, even as I didn't go to Makola, the lawyers themselves agree that the law must make sense to people like me. Because if it doesn't make sense to people like me, what is the value? The law is being applied on my behalf as a citizen. There's some of these things I just can't understand. And I think it's important that we are all very, very careful, because the consequences may not be pleasant for especially people like me.
Another, let me come in. I really want to re-echo this position, that I don't see why the absence of the Chief Justice must deny a party who have sent a writ or a matter to court to be given a date. Does it mean that when the Chief Justice travels, she goes with everything? Of course,
we even know that. We even know.
Of course, depending on the
practice, we're even told that anytime the Chief Justice is away, I think the senior most judge of the court acts. So my point is that how can the absence of a person, the Chief Justice, be a reason why a litigant in a matter cannot have a return date.
And I can't believe that.
Have you read the newspapers today?
Yes, which one? Which of them?
I can't believe
the
that.
new headquarters of the Methodist Church.
Yes.
The Chief Justice, who is so busy that litigants cannot be given the opportunity to litigate and so on, is with some people.
Doing what?
Inaugurating the new headquarters of the Methodist Church.
Maybe she has returned from her travel.
And
maybe at the time when, but
I think I should stop.
Anette, what I'm trying to say
before
is
I get into trouble,
I'm not believing that the absence of the Chief Justice should deny interested parties.
That was the reason. I'm not publicly.
I'm not happy.
In fact, you see,
the chief that will not be happy.
In fact, you remember that on Friday, former President John Mahama tweeted about this particular issue. The fact that they had filed a case the previous day, and the absence of the Chief Justice has been used as a reason why they cannot be given a return date. And he cited that as one of the reasons of these judicial issues. Hours after that, the lawyers of those who filed the cases then received text messages from a registrar that they've now been given 17th October to give to them as a return date.
You see, back to this. I was part of the members of the appointment committee.
So after the exercise has been completed, what is the court going to determine?
Yes.
Kwesi.
Yes.
What is the court going to determine?
Knowing the Chief Justice.
You see, 1 minute. You see, this, I agree with the court, with the speed with which they had the Joe Wise issue. Matter. Because it was extremely important.
Just like
that, it was a decision that was being taken there and then. So the speed with which the Supreme Court heard the matter and determining within 24-48 hours, I applaud them. I think it is good. But guess what? How then do you justify the same Supreme Court in the Domelevo matter over wrongful act by the president in dismissing him? It takes 2 years. When that action has been done, in fact, the age in contention, what was even the original age has now come to pass or whatever. And then now the ruling is given. What it means is that then it can only be a guide for future whatever. But the person who was aggrieved by that action of the president and believed that the president had acted in an unlawful manner, it took almost 2 years to get that decision. There again, the powers of the president when it came to the COVID thing, somebody went to court challenging the constitutionality of that action. It took another 2 years when people had been sent to jail by virtue of the
disrespect to the
by virtue of carrying out the powers given to the president under those laws. People had been taken to court, people had been sentenced. And then it takes this period for that ruling to come. Once again, for future purposes.
I think we are all speaking from the same.
Then, in the same manner, the same parliament, another group from parliament then goes to court.
Anette, you are the moderator.
And then till today.
You are the moderator. Leave us.
No.
A tail for channel a share video we also a PENDREAM TV mpacho wa share we adwuntwa bia wo fa video yi no ho bia no send man e wo 0277128777 0277128777 e WhatsApp number no send your voice ne bra na bebo magana fo nyina ate wonka
Dedi kama mamena PENDREAM TV ase na so far so good say open online portal e wo Ghana nipa share nipa follow nipa comment here to my best of knowledge without any biases PENDREAM TV